Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Natasha Amirah binti Nur Adlan. Me and my friend represent about the case study Human Resources Management topic 7 and 8. So, I will present to you guys about the introduction. The introduction is about a company is having problems with the unfair pay of employees. The company name is Acme Manufacturing. The president of Acme Manufacturing is Blake Cho. Before him, Bill George was the president for 35 years. The company has 250 employees and is the largest employer in the community. Okay, so now I will talk more specifically about the issue. After some time Blake Cho became the president, he noticed that there was an imbalance in the pay structure for workers' salaries. There is 25 employees get unfair paycheck. 14 of the salaried employees were female. 3 of these were frontliner factory supervisors. 1 was the human resources director and the other 10 were non-management. This inspection also shows that human resources director earn less than they should. In this case, the female human resources management who gets an unfair salary agree to the pay increase but does not have to pay the previous salaries, which is the difference between the past and the present. Only increase the future pay. Besides, the 3 female supervisors also did not earn the same salary as the male supervisors, which is they are in the same position. According to the Human Resources Director, she thought the female supervisor may have been paid at a lower rate mainly because Bill George did not think that women need as much money because they had working husbands, and she personally thought it is because they supervise less skilled employees than did male supervisors. In my opinion, Bill George should not pay workers' wages not following the act because it unfair to workers and he may be subject to legal action. Because of that, Blake Cho was afraid that if the female supervisor brought a case to a labor office such as employee union, the company could be found guilty and then have to pay a huge wage. He also faced conflicts over whether to raise wages directly because of discrimination. So there are some issues have to be solved. That's all of the introduction. Next, my friend will continue about what would I do if I were Blake.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Hidayu binti Syabuddin, and today I will present about my case study, which is about compensation management and industrial relations. So my friend already explained about this case study and the introduction, and now I will continue with the question number 1, which is what would I do if I were Blake? So in this case study, it already gave 4 choices, which is first, to do nothing. Second, to gradually increase the female supervisors' salaries. Third is to increase their salaries immediately. And the last one, fourth, to call the 3 supervisors female into my room and discuss about the situation with them and jointly decide what to do. So if I were Blake, I will choose the solution number 4, which is because for me, sometimes simply having a serious discussion about pay can make the difference between an employee feeling valued or not. Compensation is the communication of how much we value that employee. So if they feel undercompensated, they are feeling undervalued. This is deeply emotional. If you take it seriously, then you are telling them that you are serious about their value and you care about how they perceive that value. Human resource professionals need to know that these conversations can happen at any time. They need to be prepared for them, and they need not to be offended when they do happen. Generally speaking, the more you are willing to explain your actions rather than just requiring employees to be satisfied or leave, the more you begin to build a culture of trust and respect. Pay is a highly sensitive subject as it is. So relaying the wrong information or even expressing the right information in the wrong way can contribute to your employee losing trust. When you discuss someone's worth and value in whatever terms, it's not so cut and dry. There are feelings involved. So managers need to be able to give proper through the explanation. Finally, they need to remember that how their employees feel about compensation matters just as much as what they are actually being paid. When it comes to having a more engaged workforce, you cannot assume that an employee's perception about pay match reality. So there are few principles that you need to remember, which is do and don'ts. So do make clear how much you value the employee. Second, explain how the decision was made so the employee understands you are being fair. And third, rehearse what you are going to say and how you are going to respond any complaints from employee. And don't, which is first, don't wait until the end of the year to talk about compensation, because it should be an ongoing conversation. Second, don't deliver compensation news at the end of a performance review. Third, don't be surprised if the employee gets upset, because even if you think you are delivering good news, it might be less than what the employee expected. So that's all from me, and my friend will continue with the next question. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, I am Fatih Syairah binti Abdul Rahim. I continue to the next question. How do you think the company got into a situation like this in the first place? This is because director before this had an unfair attitude toward employee and never care about the employee salary. This can be said as discrimination at workplace. What is discrimination? Discrimination is unfair service toward particular individual. This discrimination attitude is people who like to compare and different people. In this issue, employer pay salary unfair to employee by comparing their gender. This happen because some workers do not know their right as workers and cause them to be freely abused by the superior. The factor of discrimination female workers is first, physical energy. This will be unfair to female workers because employers compare their gender differences, not their ability to manage their work, and then consider female workers as weak workers. Number 2 is female biological factor. Biological factor of women such as childbirth. But because of these differences, the way of treatment between two genders is different. Last factor is the employers not think that female workers needed such as money because they had working husband. Effect of discrimination female workers. The effect is they are used by superior and were paid somewhat less than of the male workers. Indirectly, discrimination in the employment sector not only negatively affect female workers but also affect the work environment and productivity in the organization. This need to handle immediately with the cooperation of all parties in the organization. The conclusion is what female workers should do is female workers should report this to the Department of Labour or Ministry of Human Resources if they find themselves being discriminated against. In addition, female workers should also be aware of their rights as workers, such as the Employment Act 1955. What employers should do. Employers should not be unfair to workers by comparing their gender, and the role of employer is also very important to clear the issue with employer should disclose the act to all of his employees so that the employee knows what the right for them. That's all from me. My friend will continue to the next question.
Hi everyone, my name is Norfatin Akila binti Mustafa. I will continue about this case study. I will answer question number 3. What is question number 3? Question number 3 is, why would I suggest black? Pursue the alternative that my friend suggested. Just now, as you guys can see, my friend already chose the alternative number 4. What is alternative number 4? Alternative number 4 is to call the 3 supervisor into his office, discuss the situation with them, and jointly decide what to do. This discussion was crucial before Black made any decision to let the 3 female supervisors understand and not misunderstand about what Black will do or what Black would change. This also to avoid the misunderstanding, so they did not blame Black for the previous director mistakes. Other than that, to avoid this situation is reported to the authorities such as the local EOC office. An organization requires employees to integrate their effort to achieve their desired goal. Without solidarity or discussion among supervisor and the director, an organization cannot effectively carry out any activities. The situation would be disastrous without any particular direction if actions such as discussion were not taken. Therefore, the discussion between the supervisor and Black is important to ensure that the achievements are listed, and it is also very important for employees to know how important their values are to an organization. Black as the director have to make decision, and they need to be good at it to control the situation because his choice affect employees and even the organization overall. And making a wrong decision is haunting for many reasons. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Farisha binti Muzaffar. I am the last presenter and I'm going to present about the conclusion. Okay, in this case that happened in Joe Black company, that is Acme Manufacturing, men should not be paid more just because they are men. The Equal Pay Act of 1963 made it a federal requirement that pay scale for identical work be the same regardless of whether the employee doing the labor is male or female. If a woman works the same hours, perform the same tasks, and meet the same goals as her female counterpart, she is entitled to equal pay. When women are paid less because of their gender, it is a form of sex discrimination and is illegal. Moreover, the underpaid female supervisor should not just sit quietly and let this thing go on. They need to speak up in order to get the right they deserve. They should not let this thing go on without the knowledge of the superior. if the underpaid female supervisor in Joe Black company took the case to the EEOC office, the company could be found guilty of sex discrimination, and they have to pay considerable back wages. As the conclusion, Joe Black should discuss with the underpaid female supervisor to pay compensation towards them. After all the issues is settled, Joe Black can proceed to the salary that the female supervisor should earn. That's all from me and my group. Thank you.